Hello everyone, I'm Iman Jawadi Joker. In this video we're gonna learn how to create an advanced form by form and yup and field array in React. Before I start to develop this application, let me explain about them. What is form? Form, when you use form, you wanna create a form, include some field. And when you click on submit, these fields and the values of these fields will be sent to an object, and this object can be saved or can be held in a database, and for example console.log and another part of this application. But let me explain a little about yup. When your fields need to be validated, you can use yup. Field array. What is field array? Sometimes you have a field or some fields which are repeat field. For example, you imagine a client has many phone numbers. Here you can use field array. You imagine a client has many emails. For example, 1, 2, 3, or 5 emails. This field is a repeat field, and here you can use field array. Let me start to create and develop this application by these three component tree hook. Let me start. First, you need to install these hooks by this line npm install React hook form resolvers. Yeah, yes, enter. All of them will be installed. Now you can start to develop this application. First you can write import star as yup from yup. Yes. The second line, you need to write a schema for validation of your fields. Schema yup dot object dot shape. Yes. The first field is, for example, full name yup dot string dot required. For example, please enter your full name. When does this message show? When a client doesn't enter any name or full name, this message will be shown. The second field is, for example, a repeat field. For example, emails. Yes. Yup. That string. That's email. Excuse me. me write instead of string array that of that object that shape. Yes. Here you can write email, that string that required, please enter an email. Yes, it's okay. Let's move on to another field. This field is a conditional field. What is conditional field? Conditional field is depends on another field. For example, let me write before I write a conditional field, let me write a parent field. For example, marital status, that is string that required, please choose your marital status. And here you can write a conditional field, for example, partner name. I want to say when marital status, for example, will be married, part name is shown for filling out. You can write here, the string that when marital status is married, then schema that required, please write your partner's name. Yes, I can write this symbol instead of that quotation. It's okay. Otherwise, schema that not required, and finished. Now we can move on to function app, export const app. First thing which needs to be defined is form hook. You can write const here, use form. Yes. Here you need to write register. for collecting all field, register, and handle submit, and form status, form state, errors that includes errors, and control, and a watch. Yes, I think is enough. Here you can write default values. When you write, or when you have a field array or repeat field, you have to write default value. You have to define a default value for that field array. Here, default values. My repeat field is emails. That's why here you have to write emails. Yes, email, email, and it's empty. The second property of useForm is resolver. What does it mean? When you wanna use for validation, here you have to define a resolver. Resolver, it means when you write here resolver, you define a resolver for validation here. Or resolver was a schema. And I think useForm is finished, and move on to another part. Const. Here we have to write useFieldArray hook. useFieldArray. Here you have to write three parameters. Includes three parameters, include field, append, and remove. And here you have to write control. Control refers to this control, because you have to define and you have to refer this useForm to a useFieldArray by this control. And here name the field, which is a field array, is emails. Let me move on to return. Yes. Here you can write a tag div. Here you can write a form tag, form, on submit, handle submit. Handle submit refers to this handle submit, and you can write a function, for example, on submit. Yes. Here you can write this function, which is on submit, const on submit. Yes. On handle submit, put data. I mean all fields put in an object, and this object is a For example, it can be data, and you can show these values of these fields in console.log. That is data. Yes. In form tag, you can write your fields. The first field is full name. You can write a div tag for this line or for this field. Label full name. Here you can write an input, and you have to write .register. Register is an object that has a parameter, and the return, and that return a few or several function. For example, on click, on change, and another event that input has. Here you can write full name, yes. Now you can write an error when a client doesn't enter any full name. This error can be shown. You can write here errors that full name, yes, and you can write a span, errors that full name. You can write and you can show the message of this error here by this method message. Yes. Let's move on to another field, which is emails. Div. Here you can use fields that refers to these fields, that is FieldArray, that these fields hold emails. If is existed, go to fields map, fields.map, field and index. Yes. Here you can write a div, here you can write a label, email, index 1, index plus 1, and here you can write the input, and you have to write register, emails that index, yes, and that email. I think it's enough. Here you can write error, or a button. I think it's better we can first write error, write a button. for remove this field. Button, unclick, remove refers to this remove. Yes, and you have to write index here. Here you can write remove, and after that you can write an error when a client doesn't enter any email. Errors that emails. Here you can write, you can use optional chaining instead of and or if syntax. That index that email show span errors that emails index that email. I think it's enough and it's okay. Let's move on to another button, which is add. Here you can write add button. Type button, unclick. Yes. Append. Here you have to use append. That refers to this append. You can send an object, includes email with empty value. Yes, I think it's enough. You can write add. I think it's okay. Let me here I write type. I have to define a type for this button, that is button. It's okay. Let's move on to write another field, which is marital status. Yes. Div select marital status is a select tag. You can write here register marital status. Here you can write optional option value, choose status. Yes, I think better I set to single quotation instead of this symbol. Option, another option is value single. You can write here single option value married It's okay. I think it's better, and it's okay to be written two status, single and married, I think it's enough. If you or a client has another status, I don't know, but I know about two status, single and married. Single and married, select yes. Here you can write a conditional field or conditional field with partner name, but if you know about a little knowledge about form, when you use form and when you change the values of the fields of that form, the form or the component won't be rendered. But when we can change or we can render the form, we can change or render form by watch in a form. This watch. When you wanna use a field, you wanna use a field which is conditional, you have to use watch. But how? I show you. Here you can write, for example, const status equal watch marital status. What does it mean? When marital status will be changed, the component will be rendered. When the component will be rendered, the status get a new value, and you can write status here for show the conditional field. Status equal, for example, married, please show the input tag. First we can write a label, partner name. Here you can write input, you have to write register, yes, partner name, yes, I think it's okay. And you have to or you can write error that partner name, if it had an error, you can show in a span tag its error. Errors, excuse me, errors that partner name that message, and finish. But I forgot to write the error that belongs to this select, errors that marital status that, okay, let me change the symbol, yes, please show the error, span errors that partner marital status that message, yes, I think it's okay, it's okay. Yes, let's move on to write a button for submitting. Let me check is Here I have a error, yes. We can here write a button button type submit. You can write submit, simple. You can write submit and finish. I think it's finished. Let me add some style to this form. Style, for example, with 500 pixel and margin from top and below 10 pixel and left and right auto for set, and placed in center of the or page. Yes, another can be, for example, padding 10 pixel. Last property, it's better we can write a border, yes, 1 pixel, solid and black, for example. Yes, I think it's okay. Let me review the code which I've written. It's okay. Schema. Let me explain and review this code which we have written. The schema is used for validation of our form, and it's okay, not problem. And form, this is a hook form for creating a form, and register, handle, submit, form state, control, watch, and all things are okay. Default value emails. Why emails? Because when you wanna use a field array, you have to write a default value for that, and resolve. What is resolver? When you wanna validate of your form of your fields, you have to write this resolver, and here you have to define a schema for your form for validation. Here you have to use FieldArray. Array, yes, array is okay. Fields append for adding a field, remove for removing a field. Field is field includes includes your field, which is repeat field, and or repeat field is email, and control refers to this control. And submit, yes, is a function. You define here, and submit. Okay, you used to, yes, on submit, you used to define it here on submit, and on submit get an object from all fields. Here you use in a input tag register is a object, is a actually function, and get a parameter, and this parameter is full name. This parameter is full name or the name of that field, and return some event. For example, on change, on click, and another event which input tag has. Here you can write errors that refers to this schema. For example, a client doesn't enter any full name, this message will be shown. And here you use fields for show your repeat fields here, and by remove that refers to this remove, you can remove a field, a repeat field, and here you can use append that add a field for your repeat fields, and here you can use a conditional field which is part name. If a status equal married, part name will be shown and you can write a part name. But here you have to use watch for this status, because when you use and when you write every value in every tag, for example input tag, the font, the form or component won't be rendered. But when you use watch for a field, if this field change, all component will be changed and status will be changed. Here the component see the status when change, you can show and you can see this input tag. And last part is button, which is a submit button. When you click on button, your object, which includes these fields, sent to this function, and here you can write everything. Let me start the project. Yes, you can write, for example, Henry. You imagine you click on submit. Objects are not valid a React child. If you mean to render a collection of child, use an array instead. Okay, not problem, you can solve that. Yes, errors that emails index email, errors email index. Let me check. Yes, here we have to write message. I think it's okay. For example, you can write here Henry and submit. Yes, but enter an email. Here, if for example laymanjavadijoker@gmail.com, it's okay. Here we have to have a message for this. Yes, submit. Yes, please write your partner's name. If you write a partner name, for example, Rose, it's okay, you can write submit. Now you can see an object which has been sent by this form in console. Yes, object, email, imanjavadi69@gmail.com, full name Henry, and marital status married, and partner name Rose. Yes, you can see we don't have any error, but if I remove this, you can see the error. Please write your partner's name. If you can click on add for add several email, and you can remove. If you click on submit, you can see the error that will be shown. Yes, I think it's all things are okay, and we don't have any problem anymore. But you have any question about this video, you can ask me on my LinkedIn. Thank you. Bye.